it's Jennifer from Flux. Welcome back to week 3 of the 2019 Flux Fall Crochet Along. We have been working really hard on our beautiful autumn farmhouse throws. This is a shell stitch blanket that is striped, or you can do them in solid colors. It's totally up to you. And last week we really got involved in learning how to do the stitch, customizing the size of our blanket, switching colors, and things like that. So we did cover a lot last week. This week we're kind of wrapping things up, and we're going to focus on the finish work today. So once you're finished your blanket, you can kind of go back and weave in the ends and do all that. So it's kind of a little bit of a shorter video today. I do want to mention, even though this is spanning 3 weeks, you really have forever to work on your blanket. These tutorials, the written pattern, the videos will be up forever. You can make multiple blankets. You can come back anytime you want. If you're working on something else, you can work on this blanket anytime you want, okay? Some of you are doing holiday colors, which is really exciting because we're going to be heading into the holidays soon. So just know that these tutorials will be up forever. You can come back and work on it at your leisure. So before we get started, I wanted to mention a few things. Before we take care of all these ends and finish up our beautiful blankets, we have 2 communities that if you haven't joined yet, be sure and join those. The Flux Cal community on Facebook and the Flux Cal group on Ravelry. So I'll put the links down below. Join those groups. That is our community where everyone who's making this kind of hangs out, shares pictures. You can help people. You can get help. You can ask about color combinations. Just a really fun, positive space to hang out. And if you're on social media, be sure and use the hashtag FiberFluxCal, and I'll put it up above to show off your work as well. Everyone loves seeing what everyone's up to. So let's get started on the finished work and wrap up this beautiful project. So here's the blanket. We are in the home stretch, as you can see. The only thing we have to do is add some beautiful finish work. Now, the reason I say that is because we want to make our finish work nice and neat because we spent all this time making this gorgeous blanket. The only thing we're going to need today, we're not doing any crochet. This is just a really quick kind of follow-up tutorial. You're just going to need a little pair of scissors and your tapestry needle. Okay, so what we have here, I kind of turned the blanket on its side because we have, where we joined each color, we have some multicolors here. So we have a strand of cream, a strand of this lighter green, and the teal and the brown. So what I wanted to show you today was just when you're weaving these ends in. Now if you used a yarn cake or something like that, the colors will stripe kind of on their own, but you'll still, when you join yarn balls, you'll have different ends. So all we're going to do is thread our tapestry needle, and then let me just zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. We're just going to go, now I'm going to use this sage color. We're going to go into the sage section. We're not going to go anywhere near this cream color because it'll show through. And when you do your finish work, you want to make it nice and neat because you spent all this time making this gorgeous blanket. So you just want to take a few seconds to do some very thoughtful kind of finish work. All right, so I went in one direction. Now I'm going to come back in the other direction, and that is going to help lock that tail into place. Now sometimes our ends will pop out. Now I've laundered items before that I've made, and I'll pull it out of the washer and it'll be, if it's machine wash like this yarn, but I'll pull it out and there'll be an end popping out, and you can always weave that back in if you need to. So I went in both directions, and then I'm just going to snip the yarn, okay? Just like that. Now, if you have yarn leftovers, you can put some tassels on here or some pom-poms, but I really like my blanket kind of as is. It's just really kind of soothing colors, really simple, pretty stitch. So I'm going to just kind of leave mine nice and simple, but you can do any kind of add-ons that you like. And I will put some videos on the post, so hop on over to the Flux blog using the link down below, and I'll put some links if you do want to add some pom-poms to your blanket, or if you'd like to add some tassels. You could do one in each corner. We have done a few blankets like that in the past. But if you would like to access those tutorials, I will put those in the blog post of this week's cowl. So I just went in both directions, and see how I'm staying in that teal area only. Now give it a little tug, not too hard, but just a nice little tug, and then, whoops, and then you can kind of straighten things out, okay? So we can repeat all these. Now stay tuned, because we are going to also have the big reveal. So I'm going to take the blanket and share some photos of the completely finished blanket. But for this week, just go through and do all of your finished work, or if you're still working on your blanket, please feel free to do that. I don't want anybody to feel rushed. This is kind of one of those easygoing projects, go at your own pace, and the written pattern and all of the videos will be up forever, so you can really go through and go at your own pace. Now, some of you like to make multiple projects. In the past projects, we've had people make several of them. So some of you are really fast crocheters. Some of you don't have a lot of time and you kind of need to go at your own pace. Perfectly fine. This is just a really nice way for the community to come together and kind of see what we all come up with. Keep sharing those photos. Use the hashtag FiberFluxCal. And also, if you'd like to, you can join us in 2 groups. We have a Facebook group and we also have a Ravelry group. Both of those links will be down below, and you can feel free to join either one of those groups if you like, and you know, check out what the other makers in the community are doing. So stay tuned. We will have a big reveal coming soon, and I will also share it on Facebook. For the big reveals, I usually share photos of the finished piece, as well as sort of a recap post where I link to all the weeks if you need to refer back to them. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure and click the subscribe button to get all the latest FiberFlux video updates. Thanks again.